Okay, so this is a demonstration of Project 3 Part 2, Traffic Analysis with OpenVPN. So what we'll be doing in this part is we'll be using a Python script to actually analyze a packet capture file from Wireshark. So we have a bunch of functions here that can essentially open up either a DNS capture or an OpenVPN capture. And in this case, we'll do the OpenVPN first. So for example, functions that analyze DNS, we don't really need those yet. We do want a function to analyze OpenVPN. So what we'll do here is we'll essentially be parsing a packet and isolating the information from it. And if we move forward, here we have the actual file itself. I mean the actual function that goes through the actual Wireshark file. And down here we have a bunch of helper functions that can actually help us print some of the information that we need. For example, this VPN summary can print the answers to the questions that we have down here below, these lab and task questions. And the other functions, they do somewhat the same thing, but for example, this one that has the advanced VPN analysis that we use to answer the questions here below. So for example, if I go down to our main, currently the only thing there's two options. This would be commented out because we're not doing DNS right now. We'll do OpenVPN, and here we have our OpenVPN stuff. And for example, currently I just want the VPN summary, which should just give me a summary of the Wireshark file. So for example, if I run this, if I run all, we can see that the output it gave me, it tells me that there are 439 OpenVPN packets. Going straight to the Wireshark file and filtering for OpenVPN. We just scroll down, they're not ordered. We can see 439 OpenVPN packets, and an additional ICMP, which is not OpenVPN, so that checks out. It says some of the possible open source IPs are 192.68.56.103 and these other ones. And just looking out here, let's see, we can see we have 192.168.156.103 that checks out. Another one we have here is 102. Let's see, 192, 168, 156, 102. That checks out, and there should be one more, 104, which is here. It is 192.168.56.104. Similarly, we can also see that the destination IPs are also listed here as well. We have 102, 104, and which one else was it? 103. There we go. We have 103 as the destination IPs. How many DNS queries were made? 0, because we didn't run. We didn't have any DNS queries in this packet capture file. What was the most frequent DNS query? None. How many OpenVPN packets were captured? 439. We've already established that. What was the source IP of the OpenVPN client? So if we go up here, we can see that it says that the client IP is 192.168.168.56.103, which is this first packet. As we can see, it's a hard reset client, so this is what we want. Same thing with the server. It says it's 192.168.56.102, which is the second packet, which also does the server reset. And let's see, did the OpenVPN use UDP? The answer was yes. If we actually select on any of the packets, we can see that the UDP protocol is listed here as one of the packets, so that checks out. And it says what port was used for OpenVPN, and it says that these were the ports that were used for these packets. So for example, if we check this current packet, we can see that we have port 1194, which is one of the packets which is one of the port numbers that was listed. If we click on another random packet, here we have 198, which is also one of the listed ones. We can also get specific OpenVPN data printed printed by the notebook for each is specific packet. So earlier we had the print VPN summary, which would essentially print the answers to these questions. And then now if we have the print VPN packet details enabled, we can see when we run it, we are essentially getting the OpenVPN protocol for each packet, or essentially for all 498 packets. So for each packet, it'll list its type, its packet type, the name of essentially the type of packet it is, its hex code it is, and then the message ID and the message length, and as well as the source and destination IPs, as well as the port. So this is handy if we do want to take a look at each individual package just to see what type it is. It's essentially printing out this field here, and we can use that at our discretion. We can also get specific DNS information from it as well by basically just commenting out the OpenVPN stuff and uncommenting the DNS code. So for example, here, what we're going to be doing is now we're going to be analyzing a DNS packet capture file, and we'll get some information on the DNS query. So if we run the code, you'll see that first we're getting an error parsing a specific packet. Simply it's not of a supported type. For example, here are all the DNS queries that we can see. So for example, if we say we have a specific website such as this one, www.dns.com, we can see that there's 12 DNS queries. So for example, if we search for the name, it's actually already here. So these are all the DNS queries. As you can see, they're all queries. Some of them are responses, but we can count them up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12. And we can also see for this website here, it looks like these are the first 10. And then so there's 10 DNS queries, and if we check here at the output, it's actually the first website listed. So this is a nice way just to be able to analyze the DNS queries that are being made